on Fnatic's map choice. It's a rare accolade. It's a very short list that just had another name added to it. But can you do it again? Yeah. Back to back. Can you walk into a map like Split and push Fnatic aside?
Might be one of the greatest rebuilds in history.
Yeah.
From 10th place in the regular season to beating Fnatic to qualify to the first Masters. Who predicted that? Who isn't French?
I think Steel did. I genuinely think Steel actually predicted KC to do well.
He doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. That's true. And oh god, Alpha's dead. Alpha was dead 30 seconds ago, but he just didn't know it yet. Plant's gonna come in. KC. This looks like the pistol might be theirs. I mean, okay, Chronicle's got some kit left. Dirk's still got the paint shell. We've got a flash with Leo. Be fine, right? We don't have a late mid lurk coming out from Magnum that you got to worry about. He's buying loads of time as well. He's going to hear all these steps. He's heard them. He's seen them. And that's another one gone. This is nerve-wracking. I'm getting nervous watching this.
There's so many low players, though. That's the only thing in Fnatic's favor.
Yep.
I don't even know if they clear Martine, though. Like, at this point, who's still sat in that corner without swinging?
That's a Marlene position right there. Yeah, you don't clear that.
Why would you? Like, literally, you're fighting his teammate on the corner for a good 5 seconds, and Martine's like, oh, you got this, bro. You don't need my help.
I'm nervous. In the best possible way, but I'm nervous.
But the thing that's interesting about this matchup is two different sides of the coin. Fnatic have come in with exactly the same composition they were running last year, and KC have come in something I expect Angel to come up with. Like, it's just some, or maybe Team Liquid last year. Sorry, Sliggy. Or maybe was it the year before that?
No, blame
Sliggy comms.
Sliggy banned me from his chat.
I literally mean it is his comms, double smokes. Like, that's a Sliggy thing to do.
Well,
didn't work with Liquid, though.
Wow. Neither did Sliggy.
He's in the next room.
He banned me from his chat. He deserves it. It's fine. Nasty boy. Let's see if they can keep it clean here. Fnatic going for, try and do what they can. They've got classics, right? So you're just playing as a pack. Trying to achieve anything possible. Not particularly easy. The Bulldogs are coming out. The Stingers are here. This is going to be, it's just free farm. If anything, you don't really want Tomasi's ult to be building up. You'd want someone else's, but you'll take what you can get at this point. You just want to kind of get the job done. He just wants it all himself, doesn't he? And he's going to get it near on all himself. Narrate and nab one away at the end, but still. Beautiful stuff here. KC off to the perfect beginning.
Yeah, and Andaluthia flawless. And the only thing I disagree with about his ult, you don't want that. Yeah. But just how confident this kid has been playing. Give him the frags. Let him do what he wants.
100%.
He was the best player. Again, I know that people have been watching, you might be overstaying. He was the best player in a server with Fnatic in the last map. On Lotus. Like, there's barely anyone who could sit there and go, even if you beat them somehow, you're not going, I was the best player in that game. Like, normally Alpha's there. Normally someone is there. But Thomas, he bested them all.
Okay, let's focus in on KC here, because they've got a decent purchase in this one. I mean, Fnatic obviously going to be coming in with the first real touch of weaponry. And Chronicle, gotta be careful to not isolate him. What is going on? Harry's going to be grinning from that one. That's a freebie. No trade, nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing with this composition. The double smokes just allow you to create chaos. And that is exactly what KC want. They want to face you up close. They want this Stinger to be able to bridge the gap. Boaster now under pressure, has support from Alpha at the back of the site, but KC will pick up the pace and then slow right back down. Let you get in your own head. I'm also just looking at where Tomasi still is.
Yeah, Boaster, good paranoia there. Trying to buy a little bit of time. Shin's on the way, though. And Boaster's position is running short. He can't stick around here too long. He's going to have to call in Alpha, which he is doing. But Narrate, Durka with the drive-by. That removes a little bit of the problem, right? So they can hit those rotations, but they aren't. They're still sticking where they are. This is so much faith in Alpha and Boaster. This is a lot on the plate. There's bodies everywhere. Boaster going to bail him out with another. That's brilliant. Oh, and again, lovely work from Boaster. That is precise work from Fnatic and a reminder of who they are.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised he was able to stay up there as long as he was, but it seemed like KC maybe a little bit more tentative in this round as to whether or not they force him. I think they were also just giving time for Narrate, because although he doesn't win that duel, it is still a little bit scary that he was able to get there in the first place. And it took somebody wide swinging a player down towards spawn to actually clear him out of position. Even still, I don't know if Fnatic can let them have that much space. Like, you're talking about A heaven, B push, all the way into spawn. Like, they get away with it this time, but I want to see a little bit more control.
Okay, let's keep an eye on that. I mean, Chronicle does look to be trying to maybe support towards Boaster a little bit closer this time, hoping to not get caught out.
Here.
The jiggle jump flash.
A classic, yeah. They're not really put off by this by any means. They're still progressing up towards middle. That does look like a triddle right there. It's Brazil. Chronicle.
Oh! See ya. He couldn't even get the flash out in time before Narrate's already taken his head off.
This feels like bullying. I'm about to call in the bully hunters at this point. This feels unfair to Chronicle. He's just been manhandled every round. And it's going to be Boaster and again Alpha. Though those two were exceptional last time, but how many times can we ask them to do this? And it looks like KC have got the space this time again. But Boaster, again, trying to defend with his life. It's still Alpha here, so they've got so much more to do. 40 seconds, they're still eyeing up this B site. The cavalry's on the way. Leo's coming over. Dirk is coming over. And KC don't have the same amount of room.
The only scary thing is if they can actually two-man push into Alpha. They've done just that. Leo with the trade.
Great trade back, though, from Tomasi. Not letting it slip away from the 1v2 for Durka here. Not gonna happen. Shin prowling around, finding him. KC, they are individually, bit by bit, breaking apart Fnatic.
Yeah, I think Fnatic kind of hoped that that smoke would fade. They'd have timing to play in a bit more of a crossfire, but they just don't allow it. And that's the thing. It wasn't even the swing coming out from Tomasi. It was just a raw fight taken by Narrate. He just feels confident in his ability and has a decent idea of where Alpha's going to be because it was exactly the same as the round before.
And it just feels unthinkable that they've been able to do this time and time again. Alpha's one of the best on this. In any of these scenarios, Alpha is so good. And again, they've gone for a gamble play here, Fnatic. Maybe feeling that, oh, they're surely going to switch up and hit an A piece now. Surely, with everything they've got, this would make sense. You know, they've got X ult, they've got this going for them. No. They've done a very similar look here. Again, a little bit of an early look towards B, force the rotations back, almost back to this default for Fnatic. The adjustments Boaster. That Judge has got to deliver here. No look towards Chronicle, so they know that something's different. They know that something has changed. And you can see the response. Yep, there it is, red alert. They can't walk into that lightly, and they don't. They force him away as far as possible. Narrate's looking for Alpha. That's what he wants. And he spotted him out in time. Oh, Alpha, that's so audacious to try and go for that, but he knew his life was numbered. His time was dwindling. Boaster can't hit a barn door with it. Desperate to try and find a connection, but still, look who's still lingering around. There's still players up here. Shin's still up here.
Ooh.
Gets cleared out by Durka. That's the difference. Finally, they have a step forward.
Still with a chance in this round.
Absolutely.
They've got the heals available if they need it, but right now, everybody on Fnatic is healthy.
left.
It's Narrate who's low.
Trying to get that plant down. Chronicle! He's had enough of being pushed around this map. He wants in, and he gets it. That is classic Chronicle there. Lovely work for the man who's not really found his footing until then.
No, a lot of this has seemingly been a lot about those individual fights, though. As said, like, I think at least what it feels like is KC are using these smokes to make things scrappy, and then Fnatic are having to almost go down to their level. It's something we talk about with a lot of top teams. Sometimes they get dragged into positions where they have to almost box their way out. Looking like Fnatic might try and take a little bit more initiative in this round, though. And it's, the only thing is they always seem to do it when their opponents are low on cash.
God, and there's the hero rifle again. It'll be fine. It'll be fine this time. Right? Just straight up through heaven again. They love this mid-pressure KC. Durka, this angle can be quite deadly. Not going to get what he wants from it, though. Going to have to rescind away full. And they forced him a little deeper. They're losing some of that control towards the middle. Again, keep your mind towards Narrate here. Everyone else is on classics. They're trying to cause a little bit of an issue. And actually, Durka's in a lot of danger. They're trying to close down towards him. Boaster on the bailout, though, going to keep him safe. Chronicle comes online, and now it's just down to Shin. Only for a second. Well handled. Again, the tempo coming out from KC is very cold, and then suddenly it's blisteringly hot.
Yeah, the thing is, though, I think actually it's been Boaster a lot of the time who's been able to quell this
Yes.
onto a flyer individually. Tomasi as well, like, I think it was 5-0, slowed down a little bit for some of those early rounds, and we're starting to see them go for the same sort of play again. A lot of it has been this sort of mid-crunch in towards the B side, and I think Fnatic are starting to do well. Okay, we'll take some B main control because there's only been Tomasi there for the majority of rounds, and it does look like, even without some sort of pause, they've realized what their opponents are doing and adapting.
And to be fair, if we're going to be talking very clearly about this and not really pulling punches, you expect that from someone like Fnatic.
Yeah.
They are a championship winning level team. They should be able to adjust on the fly. So we are starting to see that come into effect, which is hopefully going to bolster their scoreboard numbers. It's 3-3 still. Durka trying to make the most of the utility in mid by isolating one of the players, but they've already drifted ahead. Now, this camera has been the downfall of many. And yeah, you can see the response. Chronicle, ready. Camera goes, so they've got to be a bit more careful now, but they know there's presence here.
Yeah, the aggression in B main, it's a little bit late though. Like the rest of the rotation will take a while. Boaster can use from the shadows to get in time, but it looks like they may just try and do some damage and play retake.
Yeah, they've got one on the site. Spike's not one of them on the site though. Keep that in mind. They've forced Fnatic back towards CT. Spike's about to cross and go down. As it stands, they have a 5v3 on the site, so they're being very, very careful to not fall prior to this. Magnum's position could work well with Tomasi. Chronicle trying to clear. And this is the retake starting from heaven. This is scary times. Martin trying to get all the attention, but it's actually Tomasi to fall. Durka going to pry him out of the position. Magnum now swings, and he takes down Chronicle. The timing on this is not good at all. But Shin on the trade. Narrate's gone undetected. Still standing, takes down Durka. It's messy as hell, but it's still a problem. Shin and Martin, where are they in this? Leo trying to get closer. It's Shin on the site itself. Look at him tucked in the corner. Martin, it's a 1! He's still doing damage, but look at the HP here, Boaster. Surely he's got enough for this one. Martin's creeping closer. The timing, I don't think he's got any more time! Martin goes down with the ship and gets KC another round.
He was 1 HP for the majority of those fights. Just being able to, again, just cause issues by staying alive for a ridiculous amount of time. And I don't know if I've ever seen anybody jump down from the top rope and use a Nightfall at the same moment. Also, that one kill from Magnum, that takes away the Rolling Thunder.
That
removed the entire plan from Fnatic. It was one kill, Rolling Thunder going together, and he gets that kill, and okay, the Nightfall was manic, but he'd already done enough for his team to basically ruin the setup of Fnatic.
Okay. That's the first time we've seen them test that A side as well, because, again, if you roll your mind back to every time we've seen kind of Fnatic on this sort of map, that camera just gives them so much more freedom. Divide going to go through. To see if they're up to anything here.
Cover going out.
Boaster. Going to note this. Paranoia's perfect. He's got to fall away here. Try and send one back. Maybe tee up Durka instead. Set that second layer into... Oh my god, Narrate. Oh, this guy's an animal. Going to find a second. The site's theirs. And, oh! They're so clean, Tom. They're so goddamn clean with it. It's Alpha in a 1v5. The spike's already down. He might as well just go back towards A. What are you meant to do?
It's absolutely ridiculous. Give Eng 3 duelists, he'll win you a tournament. That's what it seems like at this point. He's done it with Gambit, and I don't know what miracles he's pulled off to get players like Tomasi ready for the smoke roll. Martin and Narrate on this double duelist is just fearsome. What can Alpha even do here? Is there even any point?
Ace. I think he's just trying to drift away. I mean, the money, maybe they could do a bit of damage to it, but even then, you're clutching at straws, really. Should be fine here. Carmine Core. Now, start of the year, start of the season. I don't think I saw this one happening. I'd imagine the production would have got the UI wrong, if anything, but hey, producer Kevin is absolutely perfect these days. We don't question old Kev. He's on the money. Now, someone who's not on the money this time around is Fnatic. Their buy is uncomfy. They've got a couple of, well, they've still got Chronicles ult. That's still been sticking around, but they just haven't had opportunity to use it. It feels like Carmine Core have been almost...
What is Narrate about to do?
I don't know. I'm a bit nervous because I've just seen this whole look. But again, look at the other side as well. Durka's just flown down middle. They know this is going to be an ABs. Like, there's no subtlety to this. He's just TP'd. He's just pushed away Alpha, essentially.
I think he's trying to just give the info over to the showstopper. That's literally the goal, and a nice attempt from Leo, but it's nothing.
Oh, KC have they've just won the site. They've just won the site. Any sort of problems are done for. If I'm Fnatic, I'm calling a timeout after this one. They are being pushed around here. Carmine Core, yeah, it's a bit messier. It's not as clean, but they've absolutely got him dead to rights. Boaster, yeah. Gonna get a little bit of a one on the way out, but Durka, a 1v2. And look at these post-plant positions. Really nice readjust. Not making it comfortable at all. No fair fight for Durka to have. Look at it.
he knows where they're gonna be.
Yeah.
But the fact is they're wrapping around from another angle as well while the time is being bought. He's screwed.
There's a shoulder check. So I need to check on this. There it is. And there's the... Oh, Durka, you're still an animal on your aim, but it doesn't matter. The round is Carmine Core's. Again, they have answers for absolutely everything. We've seen them almost overhit that B site, right? They were bullish in their approach. They were like, we are hitting B, and Fnatic have hit the brakes because KC have been stringing together rounds now. They're getting into it.
The original plan is to showstopper him, and instead, Martin goes, you know what, I can have this one myself.
I can do it.
I think he actually gets hit by his own teammate showstopper because he killed the guy before he did it. It's just, I feel like these two players especially, Martin and Narrate, they have a plan, and sometimes they're styling on their opponents so hard they don't even need the plan anymore.
Yeah, this just doesn't feel real yet. There's something about this that feels completely out of character. I mean, you're looking at that scoreboard, and it's not really about kills if you're, if you're talking big game, but you want to see activation from, Durka, Alpha, Chronicle, and Leo. If I'm honest, Boaster's towards the top of the board. He's doing great. We saw that hold towards B. He was desperately doing what he can.
It's like Pronax, isn't it? Pronax top of the board. That means they're not winning.
I got in trouble last time I said these sort of things. Right? I had NA being really upset when I, said Cutler shouldn't be the one top fragging, but here we are. That's a long time in the past, but 3 rounds consecutively for KC, right? See, we've seen this mid hit that they've got nice, high tempo, big pressure towards it. They've been able to, a couple of times, outdo Alpha and Boaster on that nice little setup they have there. They've been bullying Chronicle aside. He's been struggling to find his footing, which is rare, right? Chronicle is that rock normally. You don't see bad series often from him. He's just not had much play here. No. And it looks like they've explored that A site. Sure, they've kind of pressured that. They're going back towards B. Back once again. Let's see if they can handle it this time. Massey creeping closer this time. He has to fall back.
They've already spotted the setup, though. That's the thing. A lot of what Fnatic were doing just moments ago was taking that B main control. And KC, I don't even know if they plan to go towards the B side. It doesn't look like it. Their whole plan is just to force Fnatic back, remove their information, and pressure elsewhere.
I'm looking at the positions. I'm looking at that spike. It was drifting up towards the vents, but they've opted against it here. Minute still to play with. No ults for KC. On the other side, Alpha's got his and Chronicle, of course. Still with that, but they've kept the 3 players towards A, so maybe feeling like it is time to drift back through towards that B site. But breaking Alpha here is not easy.
Look how far forward the Fnatic players are on A. I think they still firmly believe it's going to be on this side of the map. They are nowhere near a rotation. They're only just using the Tiger. Now they'll have the info, but it might be too little too late.
Now let's see if they can weather the storm. No, there's no
gorgeous
way. Boaster is dead to rights. He can't play his way out of that one. And Alpha's on an island. Maybe Chronicle's ult could help. Great work towards the first. Can't swing the second though. KC have bodies, and they've still got this lovely positioning in heaven. Shin's still here. Is holding this safe. Those long road rotations are not going to do enough here. Leo would have to clear out, try and find this player who's drifting in middle. He'd have to do so much, and he knows that's just not happening. It's time to save.
No, they've had him almost out of the game. That's been the insane thing so far. Like, you can see the way that Fnatic was setting up. They fully believed this was going to be an A-take.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, I think a lot of it comes down to Martin, because we saw a round ago, he started throwing in fakes onto the A site and would just TP to the other side of the map. He's with the team when they execute. Yeah. And it just leaves that Fnatic are almost left in doubt of like, well, he could still be here, so we have to use utility. I have to stay here while you use the utility to cover you. And in the meantime, they're like, right, guys, execute. And there's, well, you saw what happened to Boaster. Blinded completely, and just a blast back up. Like, yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, there's no getting away from that. And I don't even want to put it on Boaster, for example. You can't escape that. That was targeted. Look at him. There's no way out. They've seen that position. They've been learning as they go. and they've absolutely executed. It's just perfection. I'm waiting to see if we see even a back-to-back timeout from Fnatic potentially coming in at some point. I mean, they are struggling here. If they don't find a solution, they are watching Madrid slip through their fingertips. For a team that is meant to be championship level, grand finalists, you know, you're talking the heavy hitters. Missing Madrid is unforgivable.
Same again. Boaster wanting to try and challenge for control. And it's actually more imperative in this round because look at the buy. It's not pretty.
Oh, great attempt on the Paranoid to slow this down. He is under so much scrutiny here. He's trying to get out of danger. Does he get to live? Does he get to keep his life? He does off the back of Leo here. That's fantastic. The boys are playing together this time. Fnatic has 4-5 basically playing on this one, leaving Alpha alone at A, just saying, just stack the bodies. Keep them all here. We need numbers. And it's worked for now. Magnum and Shin, though, can they make this costly? Can they do any more damage to them? What can they do about this?
Mostly they've been the backbone. You'll look at these two players, especially Shin. I think he's like 4-on-4 or something right now because his only impact has really been in post-plants. Using his utility well, doesn't need to get those kills, just staying alive. Now they are going to have an opening on that A side. Now, of course, the cam is here. Alpha's going to be able to spot this, but for Fnatic, you're not taking any gambles at this stage. You're down in the map by a considerable margin, and you're in a 5v2. You have no reason to try and play this individually, and he already has the info that they're on that side of the map.
I think I might have preferred someone sitting a little closer here just to keep space so you don't get someone trying to slip ahead. Because again, if you're Carmine Core, you're looking for a pick, right? You're looking for anyone here, you know, you're trying to get that. That's why I'd have liked maybe to have one player a bit closer near to this, but that's fine. They have got all the information, right? Look how much they're investing for this one. Shin, they've got to work in perfect unison. Magnum and Shin have to be a single player near on at this point. Fnatic are being loud. Oh my god, Shin! Oh my god, he almost caught Boaster. It's a 1v2 and it's very much doable, but look at the bullets. He's only got 14 left to play with. Already on the spike, Boaster gonna get it started. Takes some damage! He takes down Boaster! 5 bullets! That's all he's got! And he's got a 1v1 up against Alpha! Another tap! But Alpha goes back to it! It's close, but they've got it! Fnatic barely making it out of that. That was a 5v2?
Yep.
5v2.
Yep.
5v2.
Yeah.
And it was down to Alpha.
I guess Shin was just really playing that passive role because the second he was given an opportunity, it took the goal of basically Alpha just sitting in a smoke and hoping that he peeked. Like, if he doesn't peek there, he's won the round off time alone. It's the right decision, but that's disgusting as well. When you have 14 bullets, you can't spam, so he had to get it bang on. That's not the sort of round you expect to see, but I guess for Fnatic at this stage, they're on the board. They're getting something.
This is nerve-wracking time now.
They did this last time. It's the same execute. They have that Cosmic Divide, then they throw in the fake. Everything. They did the exact same thing last time, and then he TPs back to the other side of the map.
Great Seekers, though. Really nice. This should keep at least Leo nearby, but that's another individual. Narrate's already on the site. He's been caught by the Seeker, but he's drawing out the attention. They know Leo's on the site. It was a sacrificial play near on, but Durka and Leo, a reminder, a stark reminder of who they are. Because, do you know what? In the last couple of rounds, you'd be forgiven for forgetting because this has not been traditional Fnatic. This has been a shaky look from them. And KC have looked the better team on that half.
Honestly, I think if it wasn't for Boaster and his ability to delay and actually have some high-impact frags, I think we're looking at a 9-3, 10-2 maybe. Like, he has had some big rounds in this. And that's the thing. They fell for that hook, line, and sinker. They were all running in the other direction, and Boaster stuck around and just about did enough for the rotation to come in. Yeah,
I liked the investment of the Seekers. I mean, it had to be there anyway, but it is nice to kind of add that just safety net of, right, but they are here. We can commit to this. But again, it did feel like Fnatic were never on the right side. They were never comfortable in those positions. We go in on the second half. Carmine Core are leading 7-5. One map to the good. They face Fnatic. A bit of contact. Oh dear. No. Don't try. That was... You did a little bit of chip damage. You got all ahead of yourself. You got all excited. Boaster, are you chasing this? This is really dangerous. Fnatic are
seized.
What are they doing? Fnatic needs to be so careful here. Magnum didn't know the damage he's done. Maybe just trying to keep his life, not, you know, overextend a little. But Fnatic were ferocious in that, just almost overly hunting them down.
And Narrate has to back off. Only middle control currently available for Fnatic. I was going to say at the beginning, This is kind of where you expect Durka to step up. This is where the utility is centered around him taking control. He's dead within the early seconds. Again, somewhat to a mistake. Just reloading while peeking an angle. It's not something you expect to see. And KC have been there to capitalize every single time. Look at the positions they're currently holding. You have 2 players within A, the rest basically in spawn. They're very happy to give up that B site. And again, similarly to the last map, they are willing to play the retake more often than not.
30 seconds left.
Slowly and cautiously. They are down to 20 seconds here, and they got still a lot of sight to clear. A bit worrying. Shin not really deterred yet. 15 seconds, spike on the way. Now there's a problem because Shin's still on the back line and he hasn't been right out of place. Luckily, Chronicle is nuts at this game, so he should be able to get him a plant. Leo going to catch anyone trying to look towards heaven.
They're pushing.
Magnum's close. Oh my god, Magnum is right on them! And that is not a plant! That's not a plant for Leo! He can't do anything! There's nothing to be done here! He just has to sit back and watch as the defuse comes in right under his nose! He's just had to sit there and watch KC pick up the first in the second half.
This is what they do. Again, I feel like Fnatic sat there and went, okay, well, they're at least going to give us a little bit of respect. They're not just going to go sprinting straight through onto the site. The insta-kill from Magnum on the player who's actually not planting, it's just ridiculous. And you see Boaster doesn't even have time to react.
No.
And because of that, Leo is so far away. It now means that KC, they get themselves the pistol under their belt again. And while for Fnatic, you kind of hoping one of those heroes sort of arises and gives them something here, because KC are looking like the confident ones.
Someone pull on the cape. Someone get going. It's not going to be Leo this round. You're not going to get much more than that. Nope, Martin's trying to heat up here. Oh, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful.
I'll fall back now.
He's like, I've done enough. I need to. But again, even seeing them keeping composure at these points, not overheating too badly.
Yeah.
You know, again, you want them confident, you want them taking challenges, taking those fights like they are favored, but you don't want them going too far. You don't want to see a rifle fall to the other hands, right? Those rounds have to be clean. And my God, it is squeaky clean from Martin there. Wow.
An ace and a Luthia flawless. It doesn't get much better than that. And you have to look at this now as what were the team's expectations? I've spoken to Eng, Zeish. They said, we just want to play as many matches as possible. Don't care what the results are. We want to learn. Fnatic, in interviews, have gone, our goal is to win all 3 internationals. You might not even get to one unless something changes rapidly. And right now, we're always going to talk about this. Like, okay, now Fnatic will come back. Now Fnatic will come back. I think it's to the point where we almost have to say KC have been by far the better team in this match so far.
No, they have. I don't think that's, you know, look, everyone does like saying that I am wildly biased to Fnatic, but every time I just cast Fnatic, they win. It's very hard to not just call it how it is. But this is so much credit to KC in my mind. Seeing them come into this, watching them throughout this season, as it's showing everything. They've played so many games.
Yep.
Right there.
So there's nothing hidden, right? Yeah, you can reinvent a little bit, but again, you're playing so close to those previous games. They're still coming back in with new looks. They're still operating at such a high level. For Fnatic to fall to it feels almost unthinkable, unforgivable. But Fnatic not out yet. But that judge could be an issue. Yeah, Narrate has to show his hand there. Couldn't have been handled by Magnum, so that kind of shuts the door a little on Heaven for now.
Even still, you look at the positioning on the other side of the map. Martin watching, the jiggle coming out from Thomasy as well. They are prepared for this sort of push. It's what Martin can get is the main thing. And if Narrate can get there in time.
Good flash, and Narrate absolutely good, but he couldn't quite make it work. Martin still with the trade out, and they keep that vent pressure safe. It gives him time to look towards ramp. This is an isolated fight. Fortunately for Fnatic, Alpha is wild. He deals with Martin and gives them a chance towards the side, but have they checked on Tomasi? No, now they know, but can he do any more? He's surrounded, he's got problems up top, but they've got 10 seconds. Fnatic are running short on time here. They've got to get a move on, and Magnum wants to stop him. 8 seconds, where's the plant? It's fallen back into the hands of Chronicle. He has to get this down, and they're closing the gap. Chronicle, this has to be everything! Oh. What a bailout! He needs another! Oh, he's gonna get another! Chronicle, reminding you why he is the backbone, the safe pair of hands, the rock of Fnatic.
I don't even feel like KC did anything wrong there.
No.
Like normally you talk about a double peek, but they put the pulse, the stun on top of his head. You go, okay, well, he's only got one chance to shoot me, but that's Chronicle. You give him one chance, he takes it. A lifeline. That cape flowing behind him, that's for sure.
It's my haircut, boy, bro. Let's go.
Ain't out of the woods just yet, though. They need more. They gotta keep finding this. Martin's going hunting. He's after you, Alpha. Run,
What?
boy, run. The paranoia was
That's
from so far away. That was targeted. That was an assassination right there.
If we don't have a cam of Alpha being absolutely fuming after this, I'll be very, very surprised. Like, that is a ridiculous set play. Like, you never expect him. That in their heads, that's probably, oh, that's an information play. They're looking to see if we're there. They never expected him to just come out of the dimensional drift and boom, Alpha here.
Oh. Okay, one away from Alpha Chronicle here. So if he could get that this round, could make up for the player, right? Maybe? I don't know. This is tense times. Fnatic looking to commit towards the safe side. Smoke just being committed as well. So eyes towards heaven. Do they win the fight? Already you can see the adjustment. All right, trying to thread the needle just right. Chronicle has the ult ready. Spamming towards CT, looking to isolate Narrate on the site. This is going to be very difficult to hold on to for Narrate. Same as we said for Tomasi.
Off your feet!
There it is, he knows this is coming his way. Can he do anything about it though? No, Durka is quick to task. He knows his job, and he's got the follow-up. Fantastic from him. Plant should be in, don't think that's gonna be denied. No, and the lurk from post to there, just that late presence on ramp. Just the icing on the cake.
Oh, these are the sort of rounds you sort of expect to see from
Yeah.
Fnatic. Like, having
Drilled.
that set up into play for Durka, you give him all of that, he's gonna hit the shot. He always does. And this time, like, I was maybe a little bit worried. Like, the nade timing from Narrate was fantastic. Like, they definitely had an idea that this was coming. They maybe just needed Tomasi to spam and hope that he would get something, but didn't work out for them this time. Fnatic breaking back with a relatively clean round. And yeah, this was such a cool little set play. And that is the thing. This is where you can see that this young squad, they put the work in. Like, it's not like this team is formed, they've been chilling, it doesn't matter. We don't care how we do. Like, they've been learning as they go, and we've always said this when it comes to, especially Yoru comps. Sometimes, the first time, you catch someone off guard. The second time, well, for them, it went pretty horrifically. They lost 13-4 to Team Heretics. Now, it looks like they've reimagined the same composition again.
Yeah, this is very impressive to witness, but again, we are now seeing 2 rounds back-to-back for Fnatic here. They're starting to find their footing, at least in this half. It did take a little bit more work there. You know, Chronicle's ult certainly setting that into motion.
Is that the most they've got in a row? It is. It definitely is. We can see it on the screen, but that's actually ridiculous to think
silly,
about.
doesn't it? To keep it up, though. Can't just be a flash in the pan. I kind of thought that was going to be it for KC, you know what I mean? Just that little, you know, high tempo, little dangerous individuals. No, they are very much the real deal. But into this round, you're looking at Narrate, you're looking at Martin. The rifles, right? That's the punchline of this joke.
Look how far back Fnatic are. Like, genuinely look at where the players outside of that B site are. They are still sat so far back, just waiting for KC to do something, because that's what they have been doing. And the fact is, Martin did make a move.
Yeah, I kind of like that they almost tried to bait that it was Narrate there, but there was still going to be Martin close. Oh my god! Look at the damage. Look at Durka.
That boombot saved his life.
Yeah, literally saved his life. Fortunately for him, he can get a heal. Leo's going to invest that, but again, this is look at this hunting squad. They're sending out after Alpha. He's going to be feeling so uncomfortable. He felt the timing just right, though. Credit to Alpha for that internal clock, right? Feeling out that there was something going on here, didn't like it. And the response from Fnatic is a slow creep towards B, trying to avoid those rifles, trying to keep them as far away as possible.
There.
Maybe the right choice here, but is it the right timing? Tomasi's going to check this. It is when Durka's on the money, but they know now. The plan's been seen. The players are nearby. Carmine Core looking to get dangerous. Narrate's going to find Durka. Here we go. How much more? Martin comes online. Magnum gets a rifle. Boaster and Leo, 13 seconds. Spike is going to go down. But Boaster needs to go big here. So does Leo. KC closing the gap! It's going to be on Leo, a 1v3. This is just unthinkable again! Shin finds it! Carmine Core are absolutely the real deal. That's double digits. This is map 2. And Fnatic are watching round by round Madrid get further away.
It truly is enjoyable just watching this pack mentality. They swing together, trade together, push together, and all around the map, it's almost like they're herding sheep. Like, Fnatic are forced where they want them to go.
They play such good core Valorant, right? I know that sounds so silly at this level, but the fact that it works against Fnatic is great, right? But let's roll our minds back. When we say that, you know, thinking man's Valorant, I'm not talking about the influencer. I'm talking about Gambit back in the day, right? It was that they play beautiful Valorant, always well spaced, great trades. They play as a pack. No round is lost. They try something every single time. We're seeing it. There's echoes of that kind of Gambit-esque style shining on KC. In all of these little rounds, these little moments where they play just good Valorant, and it's enough that Fnatic have gone, we need to touch base here. Because the coaches look a little lean back. I would be worried. I'd be nervous.
Yeah, no, especially for Elmer, buddy, like, you have to bear in mind, he is the one change. And that's a terrifying place to be if you're a coach. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, oh, if they lose, it's entirely his fault, because that is ridiculous.
Of course not.
Don't know if the community will be the same, though. People aren't quite as nice.
Yeah, nice or not, they got to come up with something here, right? This has been... This isn't a game that Fnatic should be trailing in like this, right? Like, they have been pushed out of the server. KC have come in looking better prepared. They're playing better together. They've got better concepts, better comps. They've got individually. That feels obscene to say. It feels wrong to say. Martin, Nari have been nuts. Shin's been hitting as well this time. This has been genuinely an unfathomable game so far. But you get to witness history very few times, and this might be one of them. Let's see, though. We're not there yet. The line has not been drawn. Madrid is still on the cards if Fnatic can close. Martin gonna feel that first pressure and falls away.
Yeah, the thing is that was a rotate to the other side of the map. That was where they gambled initially. And now you're going to see that showstopper popped early. They're looking for an early fight, but there's no one. They're all the way in spawn at the moment. It does just seem like KC is reading the auto queue of the other side. They know where the script is going.
They're so close by to this. So many eyes and ears listening and watching what Fnatic are doing here. Yeah, they'll get the plant, but it's going to be a 5v5 possible retake, and that is... I mean, maybe echoes of Lotus a little bit here. Divide going to come in. Is there something up the sleeve? Paranoia sent and narrate the first one in. Feeling brave. He's going to spot them out, but Duck is going to send back no way. Martin, great work from Chronicle on the back lines, but it is down to Shin now. 1v3, that's a lot to ask. And a lot of utility now put exactly towards him. And Chronicle, he's just going to be the bodyguard. If he has to stand there himself and stop him at the door, he will do. Yeah, he's done. Shin's off. They've done it. Fnatic again string together another off the back of the timeout. They had a plan, they executed it well.
Yeah, I think it's one of the first times they haven't run into some sort of trap. Like, there was no one on the B site. They managed to isolate it. They managed to take the space with that showstopper as well. Like, we talk about Rosa ults, all the memes of not getting a kill, but ultimately that was the goal. Get into the site, get into the after plant, and KC definitely seemed like they had an idea, but you give Fnatic, these sort of opportunities, eventually we're going to see them step up.
I mean, again, how many times are we seeing Chronicle doing, you know, again, he's something, what, like 12 to 12? It's not exactly like that highlight scoreline, but the value he's providing in some of these is exceptional. So you got to really give credit where it's due there. Now, money's still standing for both sides. You know, it's starting to wane a little for KC. You're going to see that judge coming out. I mean, maybe not the end of the world here, but Boaster.
Okay.
It's a massive shot onto Massey. Again, Boaster's been a bit of an unsung hero for this side in certain moments, but it's not just one side of aggression, and I think Fnatic have noticed that.
Yeah, they got all the info off the horn, and Tomazi trying to make a play off the back of it, this time shutting it down. And there was a push initially from Martin, but I just think he was too far behind. He would have had to run, sprint through mid, and knowing that there's 5 players on the other side, the value not really there. This is going to be huge, because this will actually ping that there's only one player on the B side. And Fnatic instantly, okay, let's take this on.
Oh, he's going to invest the ult. He's trying it. Magnum, how much can one man do here? Yeah, look at this. Look at him trying to just dip, dodge, and dive around all the bits of utility. It's great. Magnum, oh my God, he's threading the needle so perfectly. Finding Boaster, catching Chronicle. Darko, can you bail him out from heaven? No! Martin's there. And Leo obliterated. Carmine Core holding it together. You thought Magnum was meant to be this kind of teed up success story. He lived the entire round.
He completed a total wipeout course and then still got 2 kills at the end. Like, I've never seen anyone have to like jump over a nade. I think there was like just different utility flying all around him. Dodges a flash in the middle of it as well. I don't know how he manages to survive this round.
I mean, call him Harry Potter. That man is the boy who lived. I don't know how he is standing. Genuinely, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Did it without a scar as well.
Oh my word. Yeah, timeout. Timeout. It's getting tense here. I love it. Even the crowd's getting so tense. You can feel the atmosphere shifting, right? It's when you see 10, you think, oh, that's not great. We're against double digits. Don't love that. 11's even worse.
This is a KC pause again.
They let him sweat.
I don't, yeah, that's what it seems like, but I actually do think that a lot of the time these are proactive pauses coming out from Carmine Corp. It's like, okay, we won that round, we cheesed it a little bit, there was some heroics.
Yeah, we'll take that.
And I think also Eng just realizes, okay, if my squad gets that hype, I'll calm them back down.
Yeah.
Get them back into the mindset, because the thing is they haven't been doing this off momentum or off of like, just pure, oh, we're so hyped up, we're gonna win these crazy individual fights. They have been methodical in a lot of the way they played this round. They've been clever in how they actually set up different little pieces thrown in all the way through. And okay, sure, there's some heroes in there as well.
Sure. I mean, I only have one question really remaining. What color is it? At this point, at 11-8, Carmine Corp leading Fnatic in map 2 after they claimed map 1. We go again. How much in the tank for Fnatic here? They depend upon any of these greats, these absolute heroes of who they are. Can one of them be the difference maker now? Boaster taking the trip to backside, gonna commit. But Carmine Corp, they're not playing on site.
Oh, it's this retake again. Now, the success of it last time wasn't particularly great. They're going early though.
Yeah, and this time it's working exceptionally well. Martin and Ray gonna find a bit of success each. Boaster still breathing is gonna keep things maybe tilting Fnatic's way. They have a touch of safety on the site. The smoke up, they're gonna get the plant down. Now time's on their side. Tomasi, Shin, Martin, up against Alpha, Leo, and Boaster. Those names are so weighted towards one side. But what can these young guns do? Tomasi having a little look, trying to set these guys up.
Here.
Allow them to work forward. Time being taken, they swing and they find. Boaster's gone down, but there's still another towards the backside. That's going to be Leo. The problem is he can't take that isolated fight, and he's going to have to just face this. He has to try and get in there. Shin's not stopping. Shin is not stopping, and neither are Carmine Corp. It's 11 for them. They are 1 round away from booking their ticket to Madrid to deny Fnatic a chance at the first international of the year.
I thought for sure the bait would be enough. I thought just leaving Leo in a corner at the backside, Boaster sacrificing himself, but they make it almost too easy to just clear him out. Martin with another triple, 21 and 10. We've spoken about these youngsters.
Like, just win out this round.
Just win out this round.
Round
Easier
by
said
round.
than done.
Round by
Easier
round.
said.
That's all you can focus on at this point, because they know it. You can feel it in the air. Something is wrong, and Martin, he's taken down Durka. Frag by frag, they are taking away the chances here. Booking themselves into the unthinkable. Everyone doubting them at the start of the season. But they still have to finish. They still have to get across the line. 4 more kills. 1 minute and 14. Can they live through it? Can they defend that long? Martin thinks so. He wants in. He's teeing him up. This is so much information. He sees everything. And look at Tomasi. Look at them closing in towards this. He's rejoined on the other side. It does leave space towards 8. But now he waits. Does Fnatic go for this? You can see Chronicle curious. Alpha having a look. And they're playing for retakes if they have to every single time. They're sitting so deep.
The thing is, at this point, Magnum's push B main, so he knows they're not going through that angle. So now everybody actually starts rotating back over to the A site. It might be Shin firmly within it, but the rest of the players are not far away.
Does Shin get a freebie here? Did Fnatic still think there's someone on the site? Do they think they've completely evacuated the site? What do Fnatic read into this? They're hesitating. 25 seconds of the spike is not here. It's on the way, but Shin has not been checked on yet. He's still here. Under the cover of darkness, he gets to survive for another couple of seconds. Couldn't deal with Alpha. Site now starting to wave the Fnatic flag. The spike is down. Time's on their side. 4v4. Can they deal with this, though? Leo trying to keep track on that lovely little smoke there towards CT. You're going to make it very difficult. And I think Carmine Core are going to be questioning how do they approach this Heaven. The next opportunity. Tomasi's given him at least Boaster on a plate, but there's still 3 more. Leo, Alpha, and Chronicle to clear, and they will not make it easy. Leo will hold this line as best he can. Narrate going to try and skip forward, try and skip ahead. Time ticking. He's got 1 down. Oh, he's got a second. It's all on Leo. Oh, he cannot do enough. Where were you when the unthinkable truly happened? Carmine Core are going to Madrid.
I'm sure there was a day far in the future, a dream, where Magnum thought, you know what, one day I'll match up to Fnatic. I'll match up to the team that kicked me to the curb, kicked me back to the tier 2, and I'll get to show them what I've got. Little did he know, that dream was a little bit closer than he thought.
This is unlike any of our expectations starting the day. Fnatic came in, looked all right. Carmine Core looked untouchable. This is legendary stuff you've witnessed today. From literal 0 to hero.